Okay, so Hebrews 11:4, it says, by faith Abel offered unto Ahiah a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gift, and by it he bringing debt yet speaketh. Now look at Matthew 23:35. That upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Baracharias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Now, we really got to understand what the story is about Zacharias. What happened to Zacharias? Because we're realizing now that the story that we thought we knew about Abel is really not correct. So, let's get into the sacrifices though. Cain brought fruits unto the Most High. Now, when is it a bad thing to bring fruits? When is it a bad thing to bring fruits to the Most High? And here, Abel brings meat, fat. But how did he get the fat? He first had to kill. He first had to kill an animal. And then he sacrificed it to the Most High. Where did he get that? Now we have to remember that the laws has not come into existence yet physically through the tablets and through Moshe. So therefore, we are still in a time where Most High had given them the dietary law of fruits to be eating. So I'm trying to now think, I'm saying, Most High, where did Abel learn this? Who taught him to kill something first? Was he not the first murderer from the beginning? Killing an animal? What was the purpose of him killing the animal if they never ate flesh at that time? Come on now, people. Walk with me. Walk with me in this true understanding what Most High is trying to tell His chosen. Is a plot going on. Now, we have to understand that I'm not saying that the word of the Most High has been altered in its original text, meaning the scrolls. But brothers and sisters, let's be real honest now. We have never seen the scrolls, but we do know that this book, we call the history book of our people, and many people call the Bible, that they've turned it into a religion. This book has been rewritten several times, and its interpretation may have been lost. And you can clearly see here that something is wrong. Alright, so this told me, the spirit, I so love the Spirit. He showed me this. And I was like, oh my gosh. I rejoice now because I have clearer understanding. But let's go on. Let's go on now. What is the plot behind this wrong interpretation? Now, people say, but Cain killed his brother. Cain killed him. My question to you, saints, is, are we to accept unrighteousness? He said Cain went to talk to his brother. Cain went to talk to his brother, meaning he had to first remind him, bro, I'm ad-libbing now. I'm trying to put myself in their situation. I have a sister. I, bring my offering to the Most High, and then I see what my sister brings, and I'm like, what are you doing? And I try to talk to her. Now, if I have to kill her, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that she would not hearken to my voice. Now, remember, who was the first murderer? You keep looking at Cain killing Abel. But was it not Abel that killed first? He killed an animal. He killed an animal, and it wasn't for meat, because Most High gave us the fruits. The fruits in Genesis 2:16. And Ahia commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest eat freely. Meat does not come from trees, brother and sister. You have to kill something first. Okay? So, in the natural, this diet was before the fall of man, of the fruits. Where did Abel get the notion to kill an animal for food and offering? Where did he get that from? Leviticus did not come into being yet. It was already in the heavens, but to be given to us, we didn't know this yet. Could any other diet consumption in our bodies hinder us from Most High due to being disobedient from the original order? I now understand why Most High must have been in dismay and gazing upon what he brought to him. In the spiritual, every ministering messenger doing the Creator's will, they should obey, for it is the same doctrine or message. Meaning, in the garden, there were Most High's messengers ministering to us and showing us things as well. And as long as they were doing the will of the Most High, then we can hearken to them as well. But remember, the serpent, he was there too. He was a tree, meaning Most High said, be as a tree planted by the rivers of water. So he identifies us sometimes as trees. And he also said that he was in the garden, but we weren't supposed to touch that one, nor speak to it, nor do anything, don't even go close to it. So in the spiritual aspect of eat freely, it's the will of the Most High. The fruit is a man's voice, the things a man does. So the fruit of the messengers and the things that they told him that lined up with the will of the Most High, Adam and Eve was able to talk to them and reason with them and learn from them. But of the serpent, Hasatan, when he was there, they weren't even supposed to go near him, speak to him, touch him, because he came with another doctrine, another belief to deter them away from the Most High. Any doctrine outside of the will of the Most High is evil. Any doctrine outside of the will of the Most High is evil. Being a spirit being, when then would one need flesh? Remember, before they fell, they were spirit beings. They were spirit beings. And once they fell, Most High put them in flesh. But what in the world? What would give them that need for flesh to eat, to sacrifice it to the Most High, and then eat it? There's a plot behind this story. It's here, and the interpretation was given this way for a reason. And this is what we have to understand. It's as if they were promoting flesh above the things that the Most High gave us. Flesh is not a good thing. We went into flesh because of our fall. So how to correct one's understanding of this? How to correct, brothers and sisters, it took me a minute. I'm telling you, I just thought I was losing it for 1 minute. I said, this story, how can I come to the people and tell them about this? They would stone me. but when I heard my brethren, and he never shared it with me, he said, Maya, my sister, you are truly my sister, for you're hearing their voice. You are telling me that you hear the same thing I heard. Most High shared it with me as well. This is why I'm saying once we begin to listen to Most High's voice, it will only be one message. There will be no misinterpretation. There will be no chaos like we have now in all these different versions, all these different interpretations. So how do we correct this? You got to gain a new understanding, brothers and sisters. That's the first thing. You have to. And you have to embrace it. A desire to return to the original order before man's fall. We keep doing things that happened after the fall. We need to be striving to get back to the place before the fall of man. Go back to those original things. They haven't been done away with. That's a lie from our adversary once again. Gain a true understanding of the great plot against you. You have to understand that this adversary, called Hasatan and his servants, they mean business. We are the ones that take this war lightly, but they're out for blood. They're out to destroy. We need to start operating in like manner. We need to protect truth, and we need to embrace it so that we no longer are deceived. A desire not to fall for the traps to make one lose one's soul. A spiritual connection with the Creator. We need to have that desire to really be connected with the Creator, the one that created us in His likeness. We're losing souls each and every day. We need to repent from the desires of the flesh and for flesh. I'm going to go back for 1 minute. It says in Genesis 2:16, and Ahiah commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mightest freely eat. Okay, so every tree, make your diet one that comes from a tree. Flesh was not Most High's desire for us. In Revelations 20:7, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. You got to remember, the war is only with Israel. Hasatan despise the woman's seed. In Revelations 12, I believe, 12:17, it says, and he went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Now remember, a woman doesn't have a seed. So right here we're talking about children. This the man has the seed. So the children of the woman he is going to make war with, because they come forth through her, and Yeshua came forth through her. So therefore, this in 28, Revelations 20:8, it says he is coming to deceive a nation which are in the 4 quarters of the earth. And Gog and Magog is going to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. There are many of us, but Most High has to gather each and every one of us back in His own timing. And I'm going to stop here. And I want to say shalom. And I'd like to thank you for listening to my video number 3. And I look forward to seeing your comments and your emails. Shalom.